excited. This is Lucy, good girl. Okay, can you sit? Good girl. Hi there. And welcome to Pet Therapy. Hey, okay, we have an excited puppy. Shh. Down. Good girl. Down. You can see we have an excited little puppy here, don't we? Good. Shh. Down. Relax. 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 Now, what seems to be the problem? By the way, my name's Jeremiah. Excuse me. I'm Jeremiah. What's your name? Nice to meet you. And Lucy is our pupper. Okay, Lucy. Good. And what seems to be the issue with Lucy here? Okay, like some separation anxiety. Okay. Little aggression. Sometimes a little food aggression. Shh. Young lady. Shh. Down. So she seems to be a pretty high-spirited animal. Yes, pretty a lot of energy. Okay. And so you're saying that she's been having some anxiety. She's been going through any aggression. Shh. Any leash aggression, anything like that? Okay. Like some leash aggression. Maybe is there excessive barking? Okay. I think I forgot the Oh, don't do that. Don't baby talk your dog right now. Yeah, I know. Look, this one. This was the hardest one for me. Look, like you, I'm a fellow dog lover. I think they're the best, you know? And I have to be very mindful that I do not fall into the, oh, who's your go girl? Who's your go mush mush? And do the baby talk thing. Something that my wife and I are constantly working on with our dog. Believe me, I get it. But we don't want to do that. Well, come here. We want to talk to our dogs and treat our dogs as if they're dogs. And that is really difficult. Shh. Hey. Shh. Sit. We want to treat our dogs as if they're people, right? And everybody does this. It's unavoidable, and I think it's part of the evolution of dogs. You know, where the dogs that had the best puppy dog eyes, those sad puppy dog eyes, with the really expressive faces, those were the dogs that probably got maybe fed a little more, maybe got a little more attention, and therefore ended up breeding more. Hence, the modern dog is a far cry from its wolven ancestors, even though you are very much a wolf inside of you, aren't you? Okay, now, okay, for everybody here, including Lucy, let's take a breath together. Hey, shh. Let's take a breath together. Okay, now, the order of dog love behavior is exercise, discipline, and then affection, right? Exercise, discipline, and then affection. Come here. Down. Now, I can't give her another treat because she's way too excited, right? She's begging for the treat. And you can't reward that behavior. So let's start from the beginning. Do you exercise Lucy every day? Some kind of a walk or a jog? Sort of. Right. Yeah. Like most days. Some 2 days a week, where you go on a good 30 to 45-minute walk with her. 1 day a week, maybe. Yeah. I get it. I understand. You hear that sigh. So that sigh is surrender. Whenever your dog gets into that position on the couch or on the floor or in her crate or bed and she goes, you want that. That sigh is relaxation. She's still pretty alert. Every time I look at her, she perks her eyes up at me. Relax. And so she's not fully surrendered. But the first thing we want to focus on with our dog is exercise, right? Whenever our dogs are misbehaving, especially a dog like Lucy, who is, she's what is she, a pit mix, These dogs are working dogs. You can be, any kind of the terrier breeds, any of the shepherding dogs, mastiffs. These were all bred to be working dogs. They like jobs. They like tasks. Shelties, sheepdogs. These are very high energy dogs. And many owners find that they think they want that, but in the end, they're a lot of work, and they demand a lot of attention and energy. So, this is something you have to be aware of when getting a dog. You need to find a dog that is going to match your energy. Okay, you seem pretty fit, and yeah. Okay, so exercise. We need to get her exercising every day. That will, in and of itself, likely clear up some of our issues. The second issue is that when dogs don't listen and they don't behave, in my experience, this is because the dog believes that it is the pack leader and not the human. And there's a lot of misconceptions around that word, pack leader, right? And this is not some bro science like, yo, dude, I'm a pack leader. I'm an alpha male, bro. No, I'm not talking about that. You see, in dog hierarchy, and everything comes from wolves, right? Wolves are pack animals. And within the pack, you have the alpha male or the alpha female. You have the pack leader. And some people think, well, I want to be the pack leader, right? That's the leader. I want to be the pack leader. The reality is, 99% of dogs do not want to be the pack leader. And this is why it is not the size of the dog that determines who runs your household. How many times have you seen a little Shih Tzu or a Chihuahua or a Bichon Frise be the one that is barking around and giving orders to its much bigger sibling, giving orders to its Mastiff buddy or other, German Shepherd, The point is the other dog could literally eat it like a Scooby snack, and yet the little dog is the one running the roost. Now, why? Well, that little dog, for whatever reason, had more pack leader in it. That's all. That's literally it. It said, okay, well, there's no pack leader here, and this big dopey Mastiff in front of me, He clearly doesn't care, so I need to be the one to care. And so that little dog starts ruling the roost. And the thing about being a pack leader is it's not fun. It's work. The pack leader is responsible for the pack. They have to protect the pack. They have to feed the pack. They lead the pack on the hunt. They are in control of, the pack leader has to settle differences, break up fights. They have to lead with power and kindness. A great pack leader is, they lead by example. Now, with our current dogs, many of us have one dog, or maybe we have two dogs. You know, it's very rare that an individual has a pack of dogs. You know, 4, 5, 6 dogs. Very rare. And because of that, you know, what does the dog? Where does the dog make its pack? With us. We are the dog's pack. We are the dog's family. But the dog, it knows that the human is smarter than it is. The dog will come to you or me for help, and you know, if it wants food or can't solve a puzzle, the dog will look to its human. And that's actually one of the great separations between wolf and dog. If you give a puzzle to a wolf, there's food, you know, but the dog has to lift a thing and go around it and solve a puzzle to get to the food. You give the same puzzle to a dog and a wolf. If the dog can't figure it out, the dog will eventually come back to the human and give it puppy dog eyes and be like, I couldn't do it, man. I need that, but I really want that treat, but I couldn't do it. Can you help me out? The wolf will not. The wolf will not defer to a human naturally. Now, in evolution, I'm sure at some point in time there was some great wolf 100,000 years ago who decided that humans might be a better bet, and broke that leap, broke that pattern of behavior. But for the most part, that's one of the fundamental differences between wolf and dog. Now, so the dog knows that you as a human are its friend, right? Dogs are not naturally human aggressive. They're not bred for that. They were literally bred to be, you know, man's best friend, human's best friend, you know? And so you're their pack. And every pack has to have a leader. And if you're not the pack leader, your dog will be. And what does that mean to be the pack leader? Well, the biggest issue I see with dog owners is anthropomorphication, right? Anthropomorphizing their dog, which is a fancy word for giving human attributes to their dog. And as much as I would love to believe that my dog understands me, they don't. They don't. They understand intention, they understand energy, but they don't actually listen. They don't understand you. They can learn a few words, commands, and so forth, but you can't rationalize with your dog, right? You can't go, okay, do you want to do A, B, or C? They're not gonna, like, your dog has preferences, but it doesn't perceive the world the way you and I do. It's much simpler. A dog views the world in terms of energy and loyalty, protection, and when your dog is acting out or snapping at other people or other dogs, it's because your dog thinks it's on duty, right? So dogs are there's three modes. It's either on duty, sleep, or play, right? They're either alert and they're protecting and they're, keeping you safe, or they're sleeping, or they're playing, right? And now some people want a guard dog. They do. They want a mean guard dog that is going to defend the house and be mean to everybody. Do you want that? I don't want that either. That sounds terrible, right? I want a dog that will both defend, if need be, if only at the last, necessity. And we want a dog that will be kind to our friends and the people who we invite into our home, and have fun and be able to play and be around and be social with other dogs, right? That's what we all want. And that's completely attainable with discipline, rules, and then affection. Exercise, exercise first. Exercise, discipline, and then affection. And what is discipline? Well, discipline, I did that earlier. I didn't yell at her. I didn't slap her. I didn't smack her. I told her, go down and chill. Sit. Okay? Relax. That is discipline. It's not being mean to the dog. Discipline is, I never let my dog enter the house or leave the house in front of me. In fact, she never really goes through any door in front of me if I can avoid that. Humans eat first. We make it a point in our family to eat before our dog, and that she can see it, because in a pack, the pack leader always eats first, right? And then the rest of the pack. Now, that doesn't mean the pack leader doesn't save food for the others, but the pack leader eats first. And so we eat first. When you're walking your dog, is your dog walking in front of you, beside you, or behind you? These are huge. These are very subtle, but massively important steps. Okay. And have you crate trained your dog? Well, crate training is interesting. It gets a very strange rep with some people. Some folks, some owners think it's punishing their dog. You're sending your dog to its little crate. Well, if done correctly, crate training is not a punishment to your dog. Remember, a dog is a den animal. They want a den, a cozy, small, enclosed space that they can feel safe in. And for dogs, when you introduce the crate effectively through gentle suggestion, you don't force the dog into the crate, you don't yell at the dog and make it go in the crate. No. You guide the dog into the crate. And once it's relaxed, once he or she is relaxing in the crate, you can give it a treat. And then when she's sleeping and chilling in your crate, you can reward that with a little bit of affection. And that's the affection. That's the thing that for me is the hardest. I'm assuming that you, like me, love to moosh on your dog. Yes? Of course, we all do. We love mooshing on our dogs. But when we do is incredibly important. Now, my own dog, I can speak for her. What are some dominant behaviors that you wouldn't like? Well, for one, my dog would do a thing where she'd kind of sit on your foot. And at first it might just seem kind of cute, oh, that's cute. She says, leaning on me. No, that's dominance. That's my dog being I got you. Just stay behind me, buddy. I got you covered. You're mine. I got you. And you have to go, no. You don't got to swat her. Like, just, no, just be firm, be direct, give a command. Also, don't repeat commands. That's a hard one. So, if you're in the habit, when you say, sit, and then you go, sit, 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 sit. And maybe on the third or the fourth time your dog actually sits, because to your dog, you don't mean it until the third or fourth one. Nice, now she's sleeping. You don't mean it until the third or the fourth one. So, do you want to have a dog that is on voice command and listens to you? Me too. That's what I want, you know. And repeating commands is very anathema or counterintuitive. Now, I know you came to me, and I'm a dog psychologist, right? And why am I not spending more time speaking directly to the dog, looking at the dog's eyes and being like, tell me what's bothering you? That's not real. I hate to break it to you. So, what we're going to do is work together on how we're behaving and interacting. And when we change our behavior, our dogs instantly change their behavior. Let me give you an example. Do you ever watch The Dog Whisperer on Cesar Millan, right? Yeah? You know how he can have a red zone dog case, right? And he brings that red zone dog out to the dog psychology center. And within one, if not immediately, but within 1 or 2 days, that dog is fine, interacting with the pack, working well with humans, and looks like a completely different dog. Well, it is a different dog because its environment changed. And that dog knows for a fact that at Caesar's place, Caesar is in charge, that Caesar is the pack leader, and all the humans are pack leaders, and the dogs are followers. And so the dogs relax. All of a sudden, all that stress of being the protector and the pack leader are gone, and the dogs go, oh, well, I can just chill and go be a dog and go relax and sleep and play and rest. Yeah. And then you bring that dog back into its former environment, and sometimes you see immediate regression. Not every time, but sometimes immediately the dog is back into protector mode, and the behavior and all the negative things that were there before never went away because the owner didn't change who they were being with the dog. So we're really going to work on our relationship with our animal. Your dog is fine. Your dog doesn't need therapy. Your dog doesn't need a psychologist. She's great. What we need to do is work on our relationship with her. So, here's your homework. I want you to walk your dog every day, at least 5 days a week. 7 would be better, for at least 20 minutes. Okay? If you can do 40 minutes, 3 days a week, that would be wonderful. But at least a 20-minute walk. During that walk, keep your dog next to you. Don't let him or her, don't let her get in front of you. Okay? Keep the chain, keep your leash relatively short, high up on the neck, right up around on the neck, relatively short, and make sure that your dog knows to not be in front, because if your dog's in front, it thinks it's leading the walk. It thinks it has to protect you. And you don't want that. You want your dog to relax on the walk so that you can relax on the walk. Yeah. Walking your dog can be a beautiful, calming, zen experience. And, when you walk a crazy dog, it's the opposite, right? It's stressful and it's anxiety producing and all the things. Well, you create that dog. You create the stress or the anxiety. And you create the calm surrender. So, you're going to go out there. You're going to be the pack leader. You're going to walk your dog. And we'll have to get more specific into when to give affection. But in general, less is more. Know that whatever behavior your dog is doing, when you give it a pat on the head or a scritch-scratch, that behavior just got amplified. So if your dog was being dominant or being beggy and you give it some love, well, you just told your dog, oh, you like this behavior. You like it when I'm leaning on you, sitting on you, begging for a treat. Oh, you like this behavior. No, we don't want that. We want a dog that is loving, kind, loyal, but listens to us and is balanced. Because, again, your dog, she does not want to be the pack leader. She wants to be your follower. She wants to be secure that you know what's going on, that you are in control. And if you can do that, then you get a very lovely, beautiful, balanced little pupper. Okay? Okay, well, I look forward to seeing you next week. And you two pumpkins, you want to come here? You want to come here? Come here. See how you baby talk? And see how that was ineffective? Come here. See the difference? I use baby talk. No, listen. I just tell her what to do. She comes. Come here. Come here. So from all of us out there, wishing you all the best. Remember, exercise, discipline, and then affection. Exercise, discipline, and then affection. Okay? Love you. And we'll look forward to seeing you again next week. All right. Take care. Bye. Okay.